yourself. The whole thing that happened on Sunday and the ban. Well, how do you feel about that?
Our friend here as well, his name's Ronan, right? He's a Chelsea supporter. I just want to say one thing, mate. Ivanovic tastes brilliant. No, we all got a bit of him in the dressing room. I think it was a bit silly for what he'd done. The 10-match ban, I think is kind of acceptable, but we have to deal with it, and hopefully we get another bit of the few players. They all taste lovely.
And I know, as a footballer, you don't really.
I think you should put Ivanovic in that curry, and that makes it taste a bit nicer. Just
And I know as a footballer, you tend not to read the newspapers all the time, but there's talk about that this might finally push Suarez out of Anfield. What do you feel about this?
It's obviously going to be talk around that Louis going to leave, but we signed a 4-year contract. If he left, then you couldn't really blame him. The FA don't like him and they don't like us, but it's. I don't think he's going to leave them. Has any intention of leaving Liverpool.
Okay, thanks very much. So, Jeremy, you're retiring at the end of the year. Ever since you announced you're retiring, you're playing every game. How do you feel yourself?
I think it's going to be very sad when I leave Liverpool. It's you don't want to leave all over Liverpool on my heart. And I think that she's playing a bit well since we've won. But it's always a great win today. We'll just see that's what's happening when it comes.
And do you feel yourself that you're going to go out with football? Are you just going to take a few years to reflect on, relax, or are you going to stay in football?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go back into coaching and Liverpool, and I think that it's going to be great. To be still involved in Liverpool.
So you want to stay? So if you
yeah, of course, I want to stay in Liverpool. It's going to be great.
And you played today again, 6-0. Great win, especially away to Newcastle. How do you feel about that?
It's obviously going to be great to win every game, no matter what score it is. You get 3 points in the board, it's great, but to win such a massive score, it's great. So, very excited for the today.
And a clean sheet for yourself as well. That must be it. That must be like scoring a goal, is it, Jamie?
Don't really score many goals except for own goal, so it's obviously better than scoring an own goal, to be honest with you. Keeping a clean sheet is always very good, so yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Brendan Rodgers. So, Brendan, as I said to Stephen there, what happened during the week was a bad week for Liverpool and come out and play the way he did. How do you feel how the players performed after what happened during the week?
First of all, I think Luis Suarez is a good player. He's fantastic. But today, I think we showed that we're capable of winning without Louis. He's going to be a massive loss, but I think it's a great win today, and we're going to just go from there.
And obviously, you deal with Louis on a day-to-day basis. And what you saying in the press true about him, that he's disgraceful?
He's a great lad. He's a very genuine player. I mean, when he's not on the pitch, he's like a lamb, but when he's on, he's like a cannibal.
And thoughts about leaving, obviously you don't want him to leave, but do you have a replacement in mind?
Of course, no, Luis Suarez to leave Liverpool. He's a great player, and anyone would be looking to have him in the squad. But we have to just see what happens, just go from there.
Mr. Rafa Benitez, ladies and gentlemen. Rafa, basically 1 foot into the semi-finals of the Europa League. How do you feel you performed on court tonight?
We played very well, okay? We finished great. We played with a great team, okay? And as you Brendan, you talk about Luis Suarez. He's a great player. I talked about that of Liverpool. He's a man which is he's still very short, but Chelsea are just going to go on, and the final, the semi-final, and it should be good.
I know you've been out in the press and you've been defending Torres, but you had an absolute marathon for us tonight. The chances you had was unbelievable. How do you feel about how he played?
I don't think he looks like Batman. He thinks he's Batman with that, but first of all, there's 2 Chelsea supporters here today. I just want to say they're really shit, okay? It's great to have a great team before and in Europa, but I like Liverpool.
And the match this week then, be prepared the way you do all the time. Like, are you more focused on the European or are you more focused on the league?
I don't really know, I don't care either whether we win or lose, because no bother to me. So I don't prepare for the team, it's the team prepare for themselves, I just go and have tea or something.
Ladies and gentlemen, on his own, Mr. Kevin Bridges.
How's it going, everyone? Okay, we're celebrating my godchild, Patrick. Where is his father actually? Where is he? He's hiding. No, he's not the father. He's not the father? Okay, well. No, first of all, it's great to be here, but, you know, trying to get up here was a nightmare. And, you know, I always say this one here, but again, with the bus stop, what's the story here over in Ireland? It's bus stop's a load of shit, innit? You know, you're standing at the bus stop and people start to threaten you. You know, it's not nice, and standing with 3 people there, and you know, Carragher was standing there, you know, he's a stupid fellow, him, innit? He doesn't know what he's doing. But, you know, we were standing there, and the man shouted across the road, he said, "Oi, you, oi." And we had the baby, actually, to be honest, he said, "Give me that baby, or you're getting stabbed." So, you don't really know what to do when somebody threatens you're going to stab them if you don't give them a baby. You know, so we said, what about if we give you money instead? You know, it might be a bit easier than giving you a baby. You know, it's kind of our property. You know what I mean? His father and his mother are there. We can't give him just away like that. You know, we can't give him away without permission. You know, it wouldn't be very nice to come home and tell somebody, "Hey, sorry, I'm at the selling your child. Give him at the bus stop." You know, it wouldn't be the best thing to say to parents. You know, it's but shut up, you fucking tick. Thanks. You know what? I love it over here, and you know, I'm very glad to be here as well, and with amazing people. You know, the few famous people here. Well, you know, Rafa Benitez isn't really famous, but whatever you want to call him, you know, a plonker or whatever. You know, but to be here with everyone here is great, and I just want to say thanks for having me up here tonight, and you know, I'm very glad to be here. Thank you.
Yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together on Lee Connelly. Absolutely fantastic.